Russell Wilson led the NFL last year with 34 touchdown passes. 10 of them went to Jimmy Graham. 8 of the 10 were from inside the 6-yard line. A red zone threat, and the rookie safety, John Johnson, knows it. He knows he's getting no help here. And as soon as this ball is snapped to Wilson, John Johnson knows the ball's coming to him. Russell Wilson makes no bones about what he wants to do. He's going to put some air under this ball and let Jimmy Graham go get it.
On the Verizon halftime report, Wilson throwing end zone, caught! Jimmy Graham for the Seattle touchdown!
What Jimmy Graham does here, it's not even a route. He just puts his hand out to create a little bit of separation, and then he's just going to go take the ball right off the rim. Low post basketball, as they like to call it. There's really very little John Johnson could do. What an acquisition by Green Bay. When Aaron Rodgers went down, the Packers were shut out twice, once against the Ravens. And imagine if at the top here, that was Jimmy Graham against Jimmy Smith. Things might have been a little easier, made a better shot to the end zone. But when the Packers are in bunch formation, the Ravens matched them in man coverage. So when Randall Cobb went in motion, the corner should have gone in motion with Cobb, but he doesn't. He stops, and there's a breakdown in the coverage here of the Ravens. This should have been an easy touchdown throw for Brett Hundley.
With a second down and goal. And picked off in the end zone, Jimmy Smith. We talked about him to open the broadcast.
But he doesn't get enough air under the ball right here. And instead of this being an easy touchdown to Randall Cobb, the ball gets intercepted by Jimmy Smith. All of it may be preventable if Jimmy Graham is in the offense this coming season. Now that Green Bay has signed Jimmy Graham, let's figure out ways that you can use him. Here against Arizona, watch what Seattle does. They line up in a diamond formation. Arizona lines up in man coverage with them. And when McKissick goes in motion here, Arizona is going to take one of their defenders and run with them. But what's interesting is the route combination once McKissick gets on the other side of the formation. All of the receivers, except Graham, are going to run to the out to clear space in the middle of the field for Jimmy Graham. This is just a clear out, a LeBron James clear out here.
3rd and 3, going Jimmy Graham's way. Goes up and gets it. Touchdown, Seattle.
All you get here is Jimmy Graham in the middle of the field with no Cardinals around him. And all Russell Wilson has to do is throw a little pillow into the middle of the field and let Jimmy Graham go catch it with those soft hands. You sign Jimmy Graham, learn how to use him. In Week 16 last year, Aaron Rodgers was done for the season. Brett Hundley was in. And they were shut out by the Vikings in Week 16 at home. Here, on 4th down, they line up in a 3-by-1 set. And they're going to take the inside slot receiver, Geronimo Allison, and run him in short motion. And the Vikings' Terrence Newman will run with him. An indicator to Hundley that the Vikings are in man coverage. So now he surveys the situation. He looks at the top, and his 4th-team tight end is matched up against the Vikings' best corner, Xavier Rhodes. It's not a great matchup for the Packers.
Back into the slot. Good protection to the end zone and incomplete.
But imagine this year if that is Jimmy Graham at 6'7" against Xavier Rhodes. You'd have a much better chance of coming down with this football with Jimmy Graham. He's going to add a lot to this Packers offense in 2018. In Week 16 last year, Seattle came to Dallas and knocked the Cowboys out of the playoffs. And here they lined up in a 2 tight end set with Jimmy Graham being at the end of the line of scrimmage here. And he's going to back up and go in motion. And when he goes in motion across the formation, the rookie Jordan Lewis is going to go with him. With no help, he's going to cover Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham at 6'7", Jordan Lewis at 5'10".
Wilson, end zone pass is caught for the touchdown, Graham. That is his 10th. And the top red zone target for touchdowns has got another.
Russell Wilson couldn't wait to get the ball out of his hands. It was like a hot potato here. He's ready to throw this ball before Jimmy Graham even turns around. He's going to let Graham adjust to the ball in the air. There's nothing Jordan Lewis can do. He's got his arms wrapped around him. It doesn't make a difference. Jimmy Graham will make the Green Bay Packers offense more dynamic next year, scoring a lot of red zone touchdowns from Aaron Rodgers.